That heavy pedal, that sluggish pull, that's not saving fuel. That's your engine working in the worst range. Eco mode can save fuel. Real-world testing puts it around 5 to 10% depending on the car and you're driving. Call it about $10 a month for a lot of people. Now compare that to a $5,000 repair. The math doesn't work. While I explain the reason, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. And here's why Eco Mode exists in the first place. It helps automakers hit EPA fuel economy certification targets and CAFE standards on test cycles that reward gentle throttle and early upshifts. Here's the mechanism. Eco Mode delays throttle response and pushes early upshifts, so you end up asking for torque at low RPM. That's lugging. That's like pedaling a bike uphill in top gear. And if you drive a turbo direct injection engine, lugging at low RPM can park you in the LSPI danger zone. It's not guaranteed, but the risk is real, and when it hits, it can crack pistons fast. Eco Mode changes 3 things you feel immediately: duller throttle, earlier upshifts, lower RPM. That's the point. Keep revs down, burn less fuel. On a flat road at steady speed, that can be fine. Low load, steady demand, nothing gets stressed. But the second you need torque, merging, hills, passing, pulling away from a light, Eco Mode can hold a tall gear and make you push deeper into the pedal to get the same result. That's lugging. Quick check. If the engine feels like it's vibrating, droning, or pulling hard but not accelerating, and you're under about 1500 to 2000 RPM in a higher gear, you're in the lugging zone. What's the mechanical problem? High cylinder pressure at low RPM. You're asking for big torque without the speed that normally smooths it out. Heat goes up, knock tendency goes up, strain on rods and bearings goes up. Now the side effects that matter. Deposits. Low RPM, high load, inefficient combustion can run dirtier. On direct injection engines, intake valves don't get washed by fuel, so deposits are already a weak point. Living in Eco Mode doesn't help. Fuel dilution. Under inefficient combustion, some fuel can wash past the rings into the oil. You may notice oil that smells like fuel, or a rising level on the dipstick. The key issue is oil film strength. Fuel-thinned oil can't hold the same protective film between metal parts, which increases bearing wear risk over time. Eco Mode also changes accessory load like AC behavior, and that's fine. That isn't the risk. The risk is low RPM plus heavy load because the car resists downshifting. Rule: Eco Mode is safe when you're not demanding torque. The moment you need torque, Eco Mode can put you in the wrong gear at the wrong RPM. Next step: turbo direct injection engines. That's where lugging turns into a specific failure mode. LSPI is low-speed pre-ignition, sometimes called super knock. It mainly occurs in turbocharged GDI engines under low RPM, high-load conditions. Precisely the scenario Eco Mode can create by holding a tall gear and prompting harder throttle input. Simple version: low RPM, heavy throttle. Boost comes in. Cylinder pressure spikes, and you can also have tiny oil and fuel droplets in the chamber. Under the wrong conditions, that mix can light off before the spark plug fires. That's LSPI. And it's not the same as normal knock. Normal knock is something the engine computer expects. It can hear it and pull timing. LSPI can happen early and violently, with pressure spikes around 3 to 4x normal cylinder pressure. There's no guaranteed save on the first event. Damage can happen immediately, so don't wait for a light. The goal is prevention. Does Eco Mode cause LSPI in every turbo GDI car? No. But Eco Mode can increase your exposure time in the LSPI window. Low RPM, high torque request. Hills. Rolling into throttle from low speed. Accelerating without a downshift. The engine doesn't know you're being efficient. It only knows load. Eco dulls throttle so you add more pedal. Load rises. Boost comes in. RPM stays low. Bad combo. So what do? First, stop lugging it. If you need power, get out of Eco and let it downshift. If you drive a manual, you downshift. Get RPM up before you ask for torque. Second, oil matters. Use oil with LSPI testing behind it. Look for API SN+, newer API SP, or OEM specs like Dexos 1 Gen 2. Third, don't do heavy throttle when the engine is cold. LSPI shows up more often at low coolant temps. Drive gently until it's at operating temp. Last, use Eco Mode like a cruise mode, not like a default setting. Eco Mode is a tool, not a default. Use it on flat roads at steady speeds, when you're not asking for power. Turn it off for city traffic, hills, towing, or anytime you need quick acceleration. You want downshifts. You want RPM. You want the engine out of the lugging and LSPI danger zone. Oil check. Don't shop by the word synthetic alone. Look for API SN+, or newer API SP, or an OEM spec like Dexos 1 Gen 2. If you want fast, practical car fixes, subscribe. Then watch the next guide in the description on the biggest mistakes that kill turbo engines.